So the question is, when do you focus on the skill of the lift versus just execute the lift? So just execute the lift is very hard to position here because I don't know exactly what that means. Are we talking about rehearsing the lift? Well, let's start there versus when do you work on it. When you say X, the technique of your lift is good enough, well, then you go to work. And now you're going to pick workloads and intensities that get you to where you want to be ultimately. Where then when those intensities exceed your ability to maintain technical form, then you're done. Now, there is probably a reason to potentially not exceed technical form, but maybe widen the barriers. So certain things can happen that are ideal, and there's a different risk reward when form breaks down, but it doesn't break down to a certain point. That's a slippery slope and a gray area, but I respect that it does have a role in training at certain points. Yeah, but it also depends on the lift. I think anytime you go outside of your technical proficiency, you're getting worse at your lift, but you might be gaining hypertrophy, power, et cetera. Those things, that actually can happen. But like, when do you work on the technique of the lift versus like, we sold out a little bit, we got a little bit worse at our technique. That's going to be in the very initial phases of someone's training lifespan or their blocks, where the intensities are very, very low. Well, one of the things that's valuable for intensities of low, we can get volume high and start to build work capacity. But obviously, when weight and intensities are low, you have a better chance to deliver form, where you're manipulating the learning environment for motor skill acquisition, that if you're not putting significant physiological demand on the body, heavy weight, not a lot of rest, etc., well, then you've got more resources for the neurological components of learning your technique and blocking out components that will be deleterious to your technique. Then you add weight, then you take away rest, and now we've moved into probably the next phase beyond general preparation.